State, you may call your next witness.
Yes, sir. The state of Florida calls Nancy Ware.
Your Honor, defense got forms.
Ms. Michelle, do you need your paperwork in the witness stand?
Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Ware, good morning. Good afternoon, ma'am. Just watch your step over here to the right. Need a glass of water or something, let us know. We'll do our best to accommodate you. You can adjust the microphone as necessary to kind of project your voice in the courtroom. If there is an objection made by an attorney during your testimony, I just ask that you pause, let me rule on the objection, and then we'll go from there, okay?
Yes.
All right, ma'am. State your main court, you're ready.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
You introduce yourself to the jury.
Nancy Ware.
And can you tell us where you live, ma'am?
In Georgia.
What city?
Columbus.
All right. And who do you live there with?
Me and my husband, Clifford Ware.
All right. And how long have you lived there?
About 15 years.
Okay. And does that mean you were in Columbus, Georgia in 2018?
Yes.
Who is I.S., Ayanna Sawyer, to you?
My granddaughter.
And is that by your son?
Yes.
And is your son's name Willie?
Yes.
Does your son Willie have another daughter, S.S., named Samaya?
Yes.
Will you first tell our jury and describe for us the relationship that you have with those two granddaughters?
Oh, I have a beautiful relationship with my granddaughter. We used to get them on the summertime, and I would take them to church and go to the beach and to the park and just have a family time.
All right. Would they come visit with you each summer, generally speaking?
Yes.
And when they came to you for these visits, how long would they visit you?
Probably around June till about to the end of July.
All right. And that's typically?
Yes.
All right. And was it generally just the two of them that came to visit you and your husband?
Yes.
Would your son sometimes come?
Yes.
Anyone else?
No.
All right. And when they would come stay with you, would that be at your residence, your home?
Yes.
Now, I want to direct your attention specifically to June of 2018. Did they come stay with you that month?
Yes.
All right. Now, as you develop your relationship with your granddaughters, did there come a time period where you set up any kind of account for them?
Yes, we set up a checking account for them.
All right. And what about a cell phone?
Yes.
Okay. Let's just first talk about the checking account. Can you explain to the jury why you did that?
So just something so they can have in their pocket.
All right. And did you do that for both IS and SS?
Yes.
Okay. And did those checking accounts, were they somewhat like a ride-along account with your account?
My account.
Okay. Were you the sole owner of that account?
Yes.
Right. Have you had a chance to look at the records prior to coming to court today about that account?
No.
All right. Ma'am, I want to ask you, with respect to the amounts that you were putting into these particular accounts.
$25 every
Okay.
2 weeks.
That's my next question. How often would you put that amount in?
Twice a month.
Okay. And did you do that for both granddaughters?
Yes.
And was that for the purposes of just giving them spending money?
Yes.
Right. And can you give us an idea about how long you were doing that for each?
Probably about 3 years.
Okay. And would that be leading up to when IS went missing?
Yes.
Right. Obviously, you probably continue to give to SS after that?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, my approach. Oh, I'm sorry. Ma'am, I want to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 26 that has been admitted into evidence. Do you recognize this, please, ma'am?
Yes, I do.
What do you recognize it to be?
A checking account.
All right. At this checking account, will you first tell us what's the name of the bank at the top of this record?
Navy Federal Credit Union.
Is that where you do your banking?
Yes.
All right. And is your name noted at the top of this account looking at page 2?
Yes.
Does it have your account number on it?
Yes.
Does it have your granddaughter Ayana's name on it?
Yes.
Is the name of the account a campus checking account? The dates of December 16, 2018 to January 15 of 2019.
Yes.
Were you the account holder of this account, ma'am?
Yes.
Did you do this for both IS and as well as SS? And as well as SS?
Yes.
Now, with respect to the cell phone account, did you obtain a cell phone for both IS as well as SS?
Yes.
Was that through the company of Verizon?
Yes.
Were you the sole or majority account holder on that account?
Yes.
You and or your husband?
Yes. Both of us.
Okay. And could you explain to the jury why you assisted them in getting them their own phone?
So that way we can just stay in communication with each other.
Now, the statement, the banking statement from Navy Federal Credit Union, did that statement come directly to your home address on a monthly basis?
Yes.
Did you continue to monitor that on a monthly basis?
Yes.
Did you continue to monitor that statement and account up until she went missing on December 19 of 2018?
Yes, I did.
Did you continue to monitor that account after she went missing?
Yes.
All right. Now, I noticed, ma'am, on that record that on 3 dates, specifically December 19, 2018, as well as December 31st of 2018 and January 2nd of 2019, 2 of those days after she went missing, you put $25 into her account?
Well, it was coming in automatic.
That was my next question. Great. So those 3 $25 deposits were made from your account
Yes.
to her account?
Yes.
And was that done on a monthly basis and or biweekly basis automatically?
Yes, automatically on a monthly every 2 weeks.
Now, I noticed you did not stop the $25 deposits after she went missing. Tell the jury why not.
Because I was having hope that someday she'll return back, and it would be soon.
Did you notice any account activity, any spending, any specific charges or transactions that kept occurring after she went missing on December 19 of 2018?
No.
Other than the random recurring charge like to an Apple Tunes monthly
Right.
account?
Yes.
All right. Did you see that on this particular month I just showed you?
Yes.
Okay. As time wore on after she went missing, going into January of 2019 and all the months following, did you ever see any transactions whatsoever on that account for IS?
No.
Now, ma'am, I want to direct your attention specifically to that summer visit between June and July of 2018. Did that particular summer visit end in the early portion of July 2018?
Yes.
Okay. And sitting here today, is there any way you can tell us the exact date, or is it just early July?
Early July.
Yes, ma'am. Now, when the 2 granddaughters, both IS and SS, left you, where did they go?
They went back home.
It's back home here in Jacksonville.
Yes.
And did they go directly there?
Yes.
Did your son Willie take them there?
Yes.
Ma'am, after she left your home in early July of 2018, did you learn thereafter that IS became pregnant?
Yeah, back in November.
That was my next question. So first, just answer yes, you did.
Yes.
All right. Can you give the jury an idea of what month you learned about that?
She told me in October.
All right. Try not to say what somebody else told you. Let me ask you this question. When you learned that she was pregnant, did you take that information and pass it along to somebody else?
Yes,
Who did you tell?
I told her father.
All right. Is that your son?
Yes.
All right. Did you tell Kim, her mother?
I asked Yana to share it with her mom.
All right, that was
and
my
she
next
did.
Okay, that was my next question. Did you specifically tell IS to tell her mother?
Yes.
Right. Did you learn later that she did?
Yes.
Okay. Did it surface in the family in that November time period to the rest of the family that she was now pregnant?
Yes.
Now, with respect to that cell phone account, did you continue to monitor the monthly statement and or monthly charges even after she went missing?
Yes.
Did you monitor that account all the way up until approximately a year ago from today?
No.
Tell me about how long you monitored that cell phone account after she went missing.
I think till January
Of what year?
2019.
Okay, all the way back to that time period. Was there anything that you ever saw on the cell phone account that indicated there were charges being made on that phone, transactions being made in that phone calls being made in that phone, anything of that nature?
No.
Did you have any sign of her ever again on either account?
No.
Miss Ware, did you ever, after she left your home in early July of 2018, did you ever see IS again with your eyes?
No.
After December 19 of 2018, have you ever spoken to her again?
No.
Ever received any kind of letter or any communication whatsoever from her again?
No.
She ever text you or somehow try to contact you, DM you, direct message, any social media, any way whatsoever, try to reach out to you in any manner or any capacity at all?
Objection.
No.
Hey, hold on. The objection's overruled.
Now you may answer, ma'am.
No.
One moment, Your Honor. Ma'am, prior to us pulling the records, would you happen to recall what phone number your granddaughter's number was on that Verizon account?
I don't know it by heart.
Okay, if you saw it, would you be able to say, yes, that's her number? We're going to pull it up in 1 second. We're now showing you and placing in front of you, ma'am, State's Exhibit 27.
Just had it a second ago. Subscriber information. There we go. Okay. one. I can show her. Wrong one. So many things open. And then go to call details. It's not on that one. I know. I just had it up too. Okay. Here it is right there.
Take the
9293. It's right there.
search off of the jurors.
Stay, do you mind unpublishing?
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, Your Honor, it's up the page that we're after.
Okay.
Ma'am, can you see that on your screen? Did that come up on your screen? Do you see what we're all looking at?
Yes.
You look at the bottom left-hand corner, and I'm going to read out 10 digits to you. 904-293-5139. Does that sound familiar to you, ma'am?
Yes.
Is that the phone number for your granddaughter on that Verizon account?
Yes.
And at the top left on line 2, do you see your name attributed to this account, Miss Nancy Ware,
Yes.
under the letters C and D?
Yes.
I'd help refresh your memory with respect to your granddaughter's phone number.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. Nothing further.
Defense.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'll wait till Mr. Skinner is seated. No, you're fine. All right, ma'am, I just wanted to start by asking you, I know that you gave some testimony on direct examination, so I just want to follow up on a couple of things. As far as you can remember, IS told you first that she was pregnant, correct?
Yes.
And you recall informing her that she should tell her mother.
Yes.
Okay. You yourself, you don't remember being the one to tell Kimberly Mobley that IS was pregnant.
No.
Okay. You did, however, tell your son.
Yes.
Did at any point IS indicate to you who the father may be?
No.
Did she ever eliminate anybody and say, I know for sure it's not this person or anything like that to you?
No.
Did she ever tell you that her father, the father of her unborn child, was Johnathan Quiles?
No.
Did she in fact tell you that it wasn't Johnathan Quiles?
Yes.
Now I want to talk a little bit about that time, around that time period when she went missing. You guys actually had made plans, or at least discussed plans, of her coming to stay with you.
Yes.
And that was because she felt like she wasn't going to have the support that she needed after telling everyone that she was pregnant.
Yeah, she had asked could she come stay with us.
Okay. This is before she let anybody know that she was pregnant. Is that correct?
Yes.
After she had let at least her mother know, she still wanted to come and stay with you. Is that correct?
Yes.
And is that just because it wasn't received well that she was pregnant?
She was just really scared.
Understood. And she trusted you, and she had a good relationship with you.
Yes.
Okay. And you guys were close. You talked about, obviously you talked about these things, and she felt like she could confide in you, correct?
Yes.
Was she pretty truthful with you as far as you know?
When it came to the pregnancy, she didn't tell me. She just didn't tell me who the father was.
Right. But in general, she was pretty truthful with you.
Yes.
Outside of her not identifying exactly who it was, everything else you believe you talked to her about, she was truthful about.
Yes.
Now I want to talk to you about the debit card that we were talking a little bit about, or that you talked a little bit about with Mr. Skinner. That debit card you set up for her and that you were putting money into, she was using that from time to time, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And on the day that she went missing, were you, well, maybe it was after, but whenever it was, were you at some point asked to check her credit card usage, or debit card usage, sorry, to see if she had made any transactions?
No.
Ma'am?
No.
Okay. Did you yourself do that?
No.
Okay. Did someone check her debit card transactions at some point?
They may have, I just don't remember.
Okay. Is it to your memory, and if you don't recall, it's okay. Do you remember at some point being asked about a transaction at a Wendy's?
Yes,
Okay. And was that from the day she went missing?
yes.
Okay. And I know it's been a while, so I can understand that the memory might not be clear, but now that I've kind of asked you that question, do you recall checking her debit card and confirming that she had used her debit card at a Wendy's the day she went missing?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, of course I can. I know I asked you about the Wendy's, and you kind of seemed like you were coming around to it and remembering that. So now that I've asked you that question about the Wendy's transaction, do you now recall that it was you who checked her debit card usage and saw that she had a transaction at Wendy's the day she went missing?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right. And that transaction, I know that you don't live in Jacksonville, Florida, so you yourself didn't do any further investigation into that.
No,
But you did let Kimberly Mobley know about that transaction.
yes,
Okay. And as far as you know, was that ever followed up on either by Kimberly or someone else?
I'm not sure.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Were you made aware of accusations of a sexual relationship between Johnathan Quiles and IS prior to her going missing?
No,
So you never heard anything like that until after she went missing?
right,
That's correct? Is that a yes?
yes.
All right, thank you so much. That's just for the record. I'm not being rude by any means, just making sure the record's clear. And as far as her cell phone goes, I know you said that you monitored that until about January 2019, so maybe like a month or so after she went missing?
Yes,
Okay, and then after that, did you guys discontinue that phone number, or?
yes, we just continue it.
Okay, and that was something that you and your husband were paying for,
Yes.
for her to use?
Yes,
All right, thank you so much. One moment, Your Honor. Nothing further.
Any redirect from the state?
Very briefly, Your Honor. Ma'am, do you agree that the records I showed you in States 26 would reflect accurately when the Wendy's transaction occurred, the bank records themselves?
yes.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Ma'am, good to see you. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.